So we all know that Frieren's probably going to be anime of the year, and we also know that Frieren's better than Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yes, I fucking said that. Do you want to leave the video or something? I mean, sure, just do it. Wait. Frieren is a show that has been recently reigniting the fantasy genre with a unique perspective on the passage of time, among all the other moments that are making me cry my ass off. The anime of Frieren has gained so much popularity not only because Studio Madhouse was finally alive cooking up some good shit, but the sheer amount of memes around the internet is honestly hilarious, from the infinite goofy-ass facial expressions to people simping for Frieren's feet and Ubel's armpits that appear for 0.1 seconds, or simping for a mass murder demon where its only positive thing is having a massive amount of porn. Aside from the horny-ass anime community being able to live anything in existence to the point where they even banned artists from posting Frieren-related hentai on this adult website, what makes Frieren special is not just unique perspective of time by an elf, the bittersweet moments and the very wholesome scenes. One aspect which not many have mentioned is actually the chemistry between the characters. Because let's be real, regardless of how old Frieren gets, she still got her childish side covered by her deadpan face that is taken care by mommy Fern that is also trying to refrain Stark's horniness even though she's the real horny motherfucker. And it is during those fun moments that the interaction between the characters is what keeps me attached to the screen, beside the gorgeous world building and amazing action scenes that make this series better than the manga. So for the adaptation of Frieren, we gotta thank this one particular anime director we probably already know. Yes, this is the director of Bocchi the Rock, and yes, I cannot make a fucking video without mentioning Bocchi the Rock. So let's start by saying that this staff is so fucking stacked. And this is all thanks to Takushi Shoichiro, the producer that initiated all of this, because this guy, right after he read the first chapter of Frieren, he already decided he wants to make an anime out of it.
Alright, madhouse. It's time to cook.
What Taguchi wanted to produce was a series that will be widely loved by many people for a long time. He has actually immediately contacted one of the main producers at Madhouse and started already talking about who's going to be the director of the series, and for this instance they chose the director of Bocchi the Rock, which at the time didn't actually have any experience as a director, but his greatest strength was his ability to play with images and expressions. And as we've seen from Bocchi the Rock, that shit went fucking wild. One of the biggest strengths in the anime Frieren lies in its immersive world building. The level of details and complexity is truly mesmerizing thanks to Seiko Yoshioka, who was given complete freedom over the depiction of every detail in the background art. In fact, she took it a step further by highlighting every difference a village has compared to another, ranging from the tools, the plants, the people themselves, and so much more that is enhanced by the beautiful music made by Ivan Cole. The reason why his music fits so well in every scene is because he was provided the storyboard beforehand, allowing him to perfectly match the music in every scene, improving significantly the storytelling that will be hitting you real hard. And then there's Akiko Takase, the animation director and character designer from Violet Evergarden. Then Toshiyuki Sato, with his insane group of animators including the GOAT Yutaka Nakamura and just so many people like Takeshi Nakame, even coming from the OG Studio Ghibli. It is honestly great seeing such a stacked team being able to work on a single project for a long period of time. However, I think it's wrong assuming that Madhouse has solved all of its work conditions, as just a couple years ago Madhouse was in the same situation as MAPPA is at right now. But what makes this production team so special is that each member of the staff was chosen carefully, and when one talented guy joins, it leads to other people they know to join as well, while most of the industry just takes anyone out of desperation. So by simply building a great team, you can minimize the process of correcting other people's work, making this process less painful than it usually is. What I find most interesting about this stuff is their consistency into delivering high quality frames on each episode, despite the animators having a very distinct style. Like, even by looking at any slice of life scenes, the animators went all out of the way to make crazy stuff like this jacket wearing animation, a whole ass 5-minute dance between Fern and Stark, the crystal clear water looking better than...
Well, it is definitely better than this shit.
Or simply any fucking episode the anime takes place, it always has something memorable. When it comes to rating how good the world building is from an artistical point of view, the background art plays a very important role into immersing yourself into this imaginary world. And Frieren does an extremely good job to the point where if you take any screenshot from the anime, it can easily become a wallpaper on your computer. Some of the camera angles used in the anime really help impersonating the perspective of some characters. For example, when Aura got killed, you got to see the POV of your head being chopped off by Frieren, by myself. Other parts like that fight between the dragon and Stark, which wasn't only impressive from an animation standpoint, but the storytelling of the build-up, from the fear inside Stark that was stopping him, and the parallelism to the same feelings that Aizen felt, was very emotional to see. This storytelling formula is repeated throughout the entire series. It always starts off from something emotional that is happening, followed by a flashback and then by any kind of cool scene because why not? But every time it works so well and doesn't feel repetitive, as it resonates deeply with you, allowing you to feel connected with the characters. Especially someone like Stark, who is the most relatable character in the series. Not because he's the only dude, but for his, you know. When it comes to comparing all the aspects of the anime that are generally praised with what the original source material actually was, the anime is genuinely and objectively more polished work. And you know, I tried reading some parts of the manga even though I just barely caught up to the anime, and in my opinion there aren't that many differences. Like, the only thing the manga has done better are probably some of the manga panels being drawn by Tsukasa Abe. You know, the artist for Frieren, which has a really fucking beautiful and unique aesthetic. But other than that, it ain't much different. Okay, I was completely wrong about that because yeah, the animation is cool and all of that. And episode 26 was one of the best animated sequences of the year. But do we want to talk about how Madhouse is making this anime original fit fucking scenes, like it's fucking everywhere, and all these armpit shots, like what is even going on, and how people are losing their fucking mind over this shit. Oh my god. Honestly based. Everything from the anime just feels so much more magical. I mean, of course it is, because we got music, voice actors, sound effects, color correction, and overall a much bigger production behind it. While the manga is trying to do the same just from its writing and drawings, and it is already doing an incredible job. But the most apparent improvement made in the anime are again the facial expressions. Not only Fern's pouts are conquering the world of reaction images that will put a fierce fight to the Bocce Rock fandom, but both Frieren and Siri are randomly throwing out some goofy-ass expressions which don't even exist in the manga, making the chemistry of the characters even more enjoyable to watch thanks to voice actors like Frieren's VA, which to everyone's surprise was the same as Anya's, or the dubbed version, which, you know what I mean. The action in the anime is just phenomenal. I know I've been yapping about the same shit for the past 10 minutes, but they really didn't need to go this fucking hard with this animation. They made a fight scene of 5 manga panels turn into a whole 5-minute sequence by the best animators in the industry. The main general difference you can point out when you read a manga compared to watching an anime is the pacing. When you read a manga, you read it at your own pace. When you watch an anime instead, you watch the whole length of the episode structured so that every music, story or whatsoever is timed perfectly. Unless you're a motherfucker who watches anime in 2 times speed, like why the fuck would you do that? So why do people like Frieren? Is it because of the absurd anime adaptation, or is it simply for recency bias? I know you've been hearing the same shit over and over from other Frieren videos, and I don't mean to criticize their video, but I'm probably the last guy you'd want to hear yapping about Frieren, and I just can't stop fangirling about how interesting and charmful the world is. The beauty that stands behind Frieren is its ability to give a completely different perspective of a fantasy show, where the main plot focuses more on the characters that are discovering this complex magical world, where even an elf of 1,000 years still doesn't know all of its intricacies, rather than being a battle shonen type of fantasy going after the Demon Lord or any sort of endgame boss. I mean, sure, Frieren has done a lot of that basic ass stuff that every fantasy show does, but the way this part of the journey is told is through flashbacks being repeated in the current time whenever there is a similar event occurring that reminds Frieren of how things really don't change after all, regardless of how many journeys she's been through. And although the anime has definitely put a lot of emphasis on fight scenes compared to the manga, the action is like a way to showcase the magic in this world. How everyone is working their ass off to learn that magic and fight for a reason that keeps them alive. And even if not all of them are going to survive this journey, those who will emerge victorious will forever be changed by this experience. Frieren really knows how to make you appreciate all of its characters. Each one of them feel incredibly authentic and you always end up empathizing with them. It's as if the show knows it's being repetitive, but the more it fools you, the more you feel hooked into its character dynamics. It is a formula that always works regardless of how focused you are into the story. Because Frieren doesn't have a central plot where all of its characters are trying to reach that single end goal, but they are simply people living their life, and it teaches you simple yet important lessons of not wasting your time and be proud of what you are doing. Frieren's bittersweet dynamic is not the only theme that shapes the series. Friendship, companionship, and regret all evoke a sense of sorrow through this storytelling, encouraging the viewers to reflect on life's transient nature and the passage of time. It's a fantasy show that feels real. It's a world where people have all had a different journey, where regret, grief, appreciation, the moments of goofiness all contributed to becoming the person they are now. Frieren is going to remain as one of the biggest of these decades, regardless of the criticism it has received. It came a long way thanks to people who instantly realized its potential, and for its original authors still working on the manga. And for those who think it is too slow-paced, well, you're just like Frieren. You are someone who's learning the process of appreciating the time, like probably everyone else. Frieren's popularity is the natural consequence of today's fast-paced life. It came at a time where we don't realize the worth in the things we appreciate and for the people who we love. We watched the anime for a mere 6 months, but Frieren's journey is yet to be ending.
ありがとうフリーレンフリーレン手を取れフリーレン
楽しかったよ。
楽しかったよ。
僕たちは君がすごい魔法
魔法使いであることを知っていますから。それでこそ私の弟子だ。フリーレン様の弟子です。
弟子を取ったりはしない。正直に気持ちを言えばいい。
人には心の支えが必要。
お前はいつか大きな過ちを犯し人を知りたいと考える。
私はもっと人間を知ろうと思う。人間には寿命がある。
長い人生を歩んで
僕に花畑を出す魔法を見せて
とても綺麗ですね。人間の時代が
平和な時代を切り開く。
魔法は好き。
私の一番好きな魔法。
その魔法を教えてよ。
こんなことをしたって世界は変わらない。
世界はちゃんと変わっている。
また会った時に
恥ずかしいからね。
So yeah, this is the end of the video. If you wonder why this video took me so long, it's simply because I need to get the fuck out of this fucking game. And yeah, I don't know if you wanna follow my second channel where I will be posting general shit. Be aware that if you're not mentally ill enough, you better escape now. And follow my Twitter account and maybe join a potential Discord server, which I didn't make yet. And that's it. So yeah, good night. I gotta talk to my 2D imaginary wifes again. Goodbye.
Please, let me get my 5-star. Where is she? Where is she? Oh my